The energy inside New York City was already electric, but in a single unexpected moment, everything shifted. The crowd roared, the lights flashed, and then, the camera locked onto Courtside. There they were. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, sitting side by side at a high-stakes New York Knicks playoff game. And just like that, the game wasn't the only thing people were watching anymore. Before we go further, make sure you hit like, drop your opinion in the comments, and subscribe, because what you're about to hear might completely change how you see this relationship. The atmosphere inside the arena was intense, but the real spotlight had shifted. Kylie Jenner, effortlessly commanding attention with her signature glam, sat confidently courtside. Next to her, Timothée Chalamet brought his understated charm, cool, composed, yet impossible to ignore. Together, they created a visual contrast that felt almost cinematic. Fashion royalty meets indie film icon. Two worlds colliding in real time. But this wasn't just a casual appearance. Cameras captured subtle moments that quickly ignited a wildfire online. A glance that lingered just a second too long. A quiet smile that seemed to hold more meaning than it should. At one point, Timothée Chalamet leaned in to say something to Kylie Jenner, and her reaction? A soft laugh, almost private, yet somehow seen by millions. Within minutes, social media exploded. Fans began dissecting everything. Was this just a date night? Or something deeper? Some believe this was a clear sign their relationship has entered a new phase, more serious, more public, and possibly more complicated than ever before. The tempo rises. Quick cuts. Zoom in. Then came a moment that nearly slipped under the radar, but may actually be the key to everything. As the game intensified, with all eyes on the court, Kylie Jenner subtly leaned toward Timothée Chalamet. Not dramatic. Not obvious. But just enough to spark a question: was that comfort, or something much deeper? And this is where things take a turn. Because insiders suggest this appearance may not have been random at all. Some believe it was intentional. A carefully timed public moment designed to send a message, without saying a single word. In the world of celebrity relationships, silence can be louder than any headline. But wait, there's more. Midway through the game, the camera cuts back again. This time, Timothée Chalamet looks more serious. Focused on the game, yet occasionally glancing at Kylie Jenner with an expression that's hard to read. Is it concern? Thoughtfulness? Or something else entirely? No one knows for sure, but the dynamic between them feels undeniably real. Pattern interrupt. Sound dips. Crowd noise echoes. Now the big question begins to form: is this relationship genuinely strong behind the scenes, or is it part of a much larger narrative playing out in the public eye? As the game reaches its peak, tension fills the arena. The crowd is on their feet. The stakes couldn't be higher. And yet, even in that chaos, all eyes return to them. Then comes the moment, the payoff. In the final stretch, as the arena erupts, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet exchange a look. Longer this time. Deeper. No distractions. No cameras needed. No words spoken. But it says everything. Because in a world built on image and performance, moments that feel genuine stand out the most. And this? This felt real. Now it's your turn, what do you think? Is this a serious relationship evolving right before our eyes, or just another moment amplified by media hype? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for the latest celebrity news and exclusive stories, because this story is far from over. Just when it seemed like the moment would fade into the noise of the game, something shifted again, something subtle, but powerful enough to reignite the curiosity of millions watching both in the arena and across social media. The cameras didn't linger long, but they didn't have to. A single frame, a fraction of a second, was enough to fuel an entirely new wave of speculation. As the night progressed in New York City, the tension on the court mirrored the unspoken narrative unfolding courtside. Kylie Jenner appeared relaxed, occasionally engaging with the game, but her attention seemed divided. Meanwhile, Timothée Chalamet maintained a composed exterior, yet there were fleeting moments, quick glances, micro-expressions, that suggested something deeper beneath the surface. And then came another detail that fans quickly picked up on. At one point during a timeout, as the arena lights dimmed slightly and entertainment took over the court, the two leaned closer again. This time, it wasn't just a whisper. It looked like a brief exchange, quick, intentional, almost urgent. Kylie Jenner nodded slightly, her expression shifting for just a second before returning to her poised demeanor. That tiny shift didn't go unnoticed. Online communities immediately began breaking it down frame by frame. Some claimed it was nothing, just casual conversation between two people enjoying a game. Others insisted it hinted at something more complex. A disagreement? A private joke? Or even a deeper conversation hidden in plain sight? The speculation only intensified when a separate angle surfaced later that night. From a different camera perspective, Timothée Chalamet was seen briefly scanning the crowd, almost as if aware of the attention surrounding them. It was a fleeting moment, but it added another layer to the narrative. Was he uncomfortable with the spotlight? Or simply taking in the energy of the playoff atmosphere? Pattern shift. Faster cuts. Rising music. Because here's where things get even more interesting. Sources close to the situation suggest that appearances like this, high-profile, heavily photographed, and strategically visible, are rarely accidental. In a city like New York City, where every move can become a headline, showing up together at a major event like a New York Knicks playoff game carries weight. It sends a message, whether intentional or not. And that message? Still up for interpretation. Some insiders believe this was a calculated step, an effort to normalize their relationship in the public eye. After months of speculation, rumors, and low-key appearances, this could be their way of saying, yes, we're here. And we're not hiding. But not everyone is convinced. Others argue that the dynamic observed courtside tells a more nuanced story. That while there is undeniable chemistry, there are also signs of complexity, subtle cues that suggest this relationship may not be as straightforward as it appears. Then came the moment that truly divided opinions. Late in the game, with the outcome still uncertain and the crowd at peak intensity, Kylie Jenner briefly reached toward Timothée Chalamet. It wasn't a grand gesture. It wasn't even clearly visible at first glance. But slowed down, analyzed, and replayed, it became one of the most talked about clips of the night. Was it a reassuring touch? A reflexive reaction to the tension of the game? Or simply a coincidence amplified by the camera? No definitive answer. Just more intrigue. The crowd erupted as the game pushed toward its final moments, but for many watching online, the real story wasn't happening on the scoreboard. It was unfolding in those quiet, nearly invisible interactions, moments that felt unscripted, unpredictable, and undeniably human. And that's what keeps people watching. Because beyond the headlines, beyond the glamour and speculation, there's something universally compelling about trying to understand what's real and what isn't. As the final buzzer echoed through the arena, the energy shifted once more. Fans celebrated, players reacted, and the night began to wind down. But even as the lights dimmed slightly and people started to leave, the focus remained on them. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet didn't rush out. They stayed seated for a moment longer than expected, talking quietly, calm, almost disconnected from the chaos around them. And in that calm, there was something telling. No performance. No exaggerated gestures. Just two people, sharing a moment after the noise had faded. It's in moments like these that the narrative becomes more than speculation. Because while the world watches, analyzes, and debates, the truth often exists in the smallest details, the ones that aren't meant to be seen. Now the conversation continues to grow. Clips are circulating. Theories are evolving. And fans are more divided than ever. Is this the beginning of something long-term and serious? Or just another chapter in a story shaped by public attention and media interpretation? One thing is certain, whatever is happening between Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, it has captured global attention, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. So stay tuned, because the next appearance, the next moment, the next subtle interaction, could change everything all over again. And if this night taught us anything, it's this: sometimes, the biggest stories aren't the loudest ones. They're the quiet moments, hiding in plain sight. And just when it felt like the story had reached its peak, a new layer began to unfold, one that few people noticed at first, but quickly became impossible to ignore once it surfaced online. Because in moments like these, it's never just about what happens in real time, it's about what gets discovered after. As the night in New York City came to a close, footage from multiple angles started circulating, some from official broadcasts, others captured by fans sitting just rows away. Each clip added a new piece to the puzzle, revealing micro-moments that painted a more detailed picture of what really happened courtside. Kylie Jenner, still poised and composed, was seen adjusting her posture several times, occasionally leaning in, occasionally pulling back, movements so natural they could mean everything, or nothing at all. Meanwhile, Timothée Chalamet appeared to mirror some of those movements, creating a subtle rhythm between them that didn't go unnoticed by body language enthusiasts online. And that's when things escalated. Because one particular clip, just 7 seconds long, began trending rapidly. In that clip, during a break in the game, the camera pans briefly across the courtside seats. For a split second, Kylie Jenner is seen turning toward Timothée Chalamet with a look that many viewers described as intentional. Not casual. Not distracted. But focused. He responds almost immediately, not with words, but with a subtle nod and a slight shift in expression. It's a blink and you miss it exchange. But once replayed in slow motion, it becomes something else entirely. A moment that feels loaded. Pattern interrupt. Silence. Then a low, rising beat. This is where interpretations begin to diverge sharply. Some viewers are convinced this was a sign of deep connection, a level of understanding that doesn't require words. Others believe it hints at something more complicated, perhaps a private conversation carried out through gestures, hidden in plain sight. And then, another detail emerges. A fan seated nearby later shared a short clip from a different angle. In this version, you can see Timothée Chalamet briefly checking his phone, then showing something to Kylie Jenner. Her reaction? A quick smile, followed by a more neutral expression, almost as if processing something. That single interaction sparked an entirely new wave of theories. Was it something funny? A message? News? Or something more personal that momentarily shifted the mood? No confirmation. Just speculation. But in the world of viral moments, speculation is enough to keep the story alive. As more clips surface, a pattern begins to form, not a clear narrative, but a collection of subtle signals. Moments of closeness followed by moments of distance. Smiles followed by neutral expressions. Engagement followed by brief detachment. It's not inconsistent. It's human. And that's exactly why it resonates. Because what people are seeing isn't a perfectly curated image, it's something more dynamic. More real. A relationship, whatever its nature, existing in a public space but still operating on a private frequency. The energy shifts again. Faster pacing. Quick flashes of crowd reactions. Inside the arena, the focus had already moved on. The game was over. The players had left the court. But outside, on phones, on screens, across platforms, the moment was just beginning. Clips were being edited, enhanced, zoomed in, slowed down. Headlines started forming. And with each new angle, the narrative evolved. Some media outlets framed it as a romantic courtside date, highlighting the chemistry and shared moments. Others took a more analytical approach, questioning the timing, the visibility, and the possible intent behind such a high-profile appearance. Because in a city like New York City, visibility is never accidental. Especially not at a major New York Knicks playoff game, where cameras are everywhere and every reaction can become a headline within seconds. And that brings us to one of the most intriguing questions of all. Was this moment meant to be seen? Or was it simply too real to stay hidden? Because there's a difference. If it was intentional, then every glance, every lean, every subtle interaction could be part of a larger narrative, one carefully constructed to shape public perception. But if it wasn't, then what we witnessed might be something far more compelling. Something unfiltered. Something genuine. And that possibility is what keeps people watching. Because in a world saturated with perfectly edited content, raw moments stand out. They invite curiosity. They demand interpretation. And they create a connection between the audience and the story that goes beyond surface-level interest. As the final wave of clips continues to circulate, one thing becomes clear: this wasn't just a night at a basketball game. It was a moment that blurred the line between public and private. Between performance and authenticity. Between what we see and what we think we understand. And maybe that's why it continues to dominate conversations. Because no matter how many angles we analyze, no matter how many times we replay those few seconds, there's still something we can't fully explain. And that mystery? That's what makes it unforgettable. So now, the spotlight remains, not just on what happened, but on what comes next. Will they appear together again? Will there be a clearer signal? Or will the story continue to unfold in fragments, leaving the world to piece it together one moment at a time? Whatever the answer is, one thing is certain. The next time Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet step into the public eye together, everyone will be watching